Second session on Java. So in this session, I thought to go over this latest topics. So first topic, what I thought to go for today, that is autoboxing and unboxing. Yeah, in my last session, I gave an overview on the basic data types, like what we need to work on Java. But this autoboxes and unboxes is a really nice feature that Java has, where you can change any primitive data type to wrapper class and vice versa. Yeah, I mean, if you're not from Java, maybe it doesn't seem very clear to you. I can take you to my second slide where you can have the actual list. So if you see here, each data type is the primitive data type, and each of them has a wrapper class. So primitive data type you cannot use as an object, but if you have a wrapper class, you can use those as an object, and you can change the value like in multiple, like the same as a object concept you have, you can utilize those in same way. So it may seem not very clear to you, so let's go. Let's write down some programs. So today I thought, like, today I will be using Eclipse editor, because I feel most of the people and most of the organization using that, so it will be helpful. But anyhow, in my last session I already take you through that Visual Code Studio, so if you want you can use that one also. So yeah, let's create a Java project. Let's make like, it's just creating a module info. I mean, while you're creating, you could have canceled that one. So that like list. Yeah, let's keep us public static void main. You can delete that. I don't need it. Okay. So while we're doing auto boxing, the first thing what we can do, we can let you see how. mm, let's declare a primitive data type, that's int some text. I'm just giving some value arbitrary, and now I'm just declaring a wrapper class. So what I'm doing, I have an primitive type as a integer, like the test variable, and now I am passing it to the wrapper class variable, the test autobox. And then if you do, no, what did I did? Let me cancel. Something wrong is coming. I don't know, that intelligence is not working. Let me write it down. Oh, actually, uh, I would have done it here. Yeah, so I was not in within the main. So I mean, within the main method, you can print or do something. This is just the class attributes. So now here, if you can see, so what is happening? Okay, see, So this is another feature. I already explained you the static variable, but this is something is really interesting. So the what's the scope of this variable? That variable has been defined within the class, not inside the method. So if you declare this variable within the method, you can access it. But as because you declared in a class scope and you want to access that variable for any method, like main is a method, you have to declare that variable as static. Then only it can be accessed. So you can do like just click on it, or you can make it like static. Then this is the main method, this is the first boxing, and now parallelly we can check out for unboxing. So what is the unboxing? Unboxing is just the reverse one. You have a wrapper class object and you are converting it to primitive type. Let's do for something different. Okay, and now you want to reverse one. So let's take a data type like this. Also has to be static, otherwise we cannot access it. Or maybe this one we can try out in a different way. Already I showed you the static. Let's do something different. Let's declare this within here. No static. Float. So then we can set this value to it. Okay, and let's try to print it. It's going good. Let's run this as Java. So line number 10 has a problem. Here is the problem. What is this problem? I think so. Java 10. This is the problem. I think commenting is giving the problem. Let's try out. Unsolved Autobox Java line number 9. So I have it like this. Okay, yeah, same thing. Yeah, so you can see how it working properly. So here we had a primitive data type where we pass it to wrapper object, I mean wrapper class of that same data type, and it got converted and the same value got printed. And the vice versa, where we had it was a really big value, that's why it got like this. We can make it little reduce so you don't see this data conversion. If you execute now, you can see, so it came out properly. That is autoboxing and unboxing. So then the next thing what I thought like to explain, like now it may came into everybody's mind, like then why primitive or why wrapper class? Like we can do by any one of them, right? Why both of them are there? So let me show you a couple of some example where you can get it clearly. So suppose let's take yeah, let's take this one uh, or this one. Both are the same values, right? Same value, I mean different variables but holding the same value. Now for some reason, if you want to like print this variable as a string, like here this system.out.println I already explained in last session, like everything is getting printed as a string. If you want to do, can you do it? Like we already have is the we can do it in one place actually. So I can do it like plus, we have a method like toString method which will convert into string. Can we do it? See, cannot invoke toString method on primitive type int. You cannot do it. But here, just example, if I use this one, that wrapper class object, we can do it. For any wrapper class object, easily you can, as because it's a wrapper class object, you can apply any method over that object. But primitive is not any object, it's that the data type, primitive data type. You cannot apply this toString. There are multiple percent different methods you have. When you start work on it, you will come across different methods. Java already has inbuilt method, you cannot use it. But here if you run this one, it will run properly. See, then the question will come then, like why primitive? We can do by wrapper class object. Okay, let me give you quick example on that also. Let's we did already this one, that we can do on. So okay, so this val2 or val2 wrap both are having the same value. So now if you do like okay, uh, see, so what I'm doing, that I'm just equating both these values. If it's matching, equal, otherwise not equal. Let's print it. Okay. um, so this came equal. Okay, see, here I have this variable, I take it into a wrapper class object and this wrapper class. When I'm equating this time also, what I did, I am equating with the primitive and the wrapper. And this time also the same thing I did, primitive and the wrapper class object. Let's match between these two wrapper class object. and execute. See, it's coming not equal. Although both these variables, I mean, that this wrapper class object is having the same value. So there is a problem. When you go to the wrapper class, you cannot do this equal. You have to do this equals operator. If I think, yes, that's it's working fine. But if it is a simple primitive data type, it can go like some same equal operator you can do. So that's the difference between the primitive and wrapper class. So if you're doing normal calculation, all those things, I really believe that it's good to use these primitive data types. But on different business complexity or something, you can do wrapper class. But nowadays, mostly everywhere they're going by the primitives. Okay, then the next one, I would go that, yeah, that nested and inner class. So in Java, like you can have a parent class under which you can have another class which I'm calling as inner class. So the outer class have access to each and every attributes of the inner class, but the vice versa is not true. So let me show you. Let's create a class. Mm, inner. Let's do the inner and outer. We can do it later. Let's keep it outside just for the time being. We can comment it. So let's declare a variable, and I think I can change it. That would be great. I can rename it. Should be a rename option. Oh no, they are not letting me. Uh, I have to create another class. That's why I'm just take it like it's actually outer class, but I just named it as inner. So okay, you can get it. So this is the outer class I'm getting printing, and then let's create an inner class. Okay, there also I'm just declaring some variable like xy, and then I'm declaring a method for this inner class. And here if you print it, okay, now this is good. Then let's create an object here, inner class object, and let's call this from here. Now let's create an Okay, in this class, I wrote in a way like we will call that from outer. Okay, so then we are creating an object of the outer class, and by that object we clouding that outer class. I will show you. So here, this is an outer class, but it has access to everything of this inner class. See, I will execute this. Oh, sorry, section 2. Oh, select the second class and run it. Yeah, now it's happening. So see, I created an object of this outer class. Actually, I just named it as stainer, but this is the outer class. And then I'm calling this object. But this object, as because in the outer class, it has access to each and everything of this inner class. I mean, this object can like this object can I mean, out of I mean in this outer class, I created an object of the inner class, and then I can access the variable of the outer class in this inner class. But if you want to print here that that outer class object, it will give you an error. They are not able to trace it up. They're saying create a new variable. That is the nested way how it works. So in my future sessions, I will take you through the inheritance where you have much better clear idea. But in the nested class, the rule is outer class won't have any access to the inner, but the inner has full access to everything in this outer class. Okay, then I will take you to the next topic. Yeah, that's package interface. Okay, so let's see what is the package. Let's create a new package, then you guys can get it clearly. Let's source. So what is package? Package is like in Java when we're going doing the big projects, it's very difficult to get all your classes everything in a aligned state. So what do? We create a package. Under this package, you will have the classes what you want to interact with themselves. Along with class, there is another concept. There are a couple of other concepts. Like one more concept which I will explain you guys now. That is interface. So if you keep all the interface and the classes in the same package, then you basically this is a security. Like within this package, whatever the classes is having, they can access this interface. Anyone outer cannot access. We have different access specifier to prevent it. I will take you through in my next sessions. But let's see the package one. So this is a package. I created new package. I'm just creating a class there. Uh, Test package. I'm just giving a name. Why it's coming this? Yeah. So in Java, everything goes in camel case, and let's create an interface also there. Name test. So what is interface? Interface means where you will have you will have a method body declared. I mean method method like definition declared, but not the body. Okay, So this is an interface. Let me build a method like. So now both of them under the same package. This test method dot Java and the package dot Java, both are under the same. So let's do the test package dot Java, and I want to utilize this. Let's save it. So when you want to use any interface, the keyword is implements. You have to give implements, and then you have to give the name of the method, name of the interface. So here our interface name is test method. Just copy, paste. And as because we implement that interface, now in this class I can define the body of this method. So let's do, well, we can do it here. Now quickly we can create an object of this class. Our class name is test package pk. I'm just giving something. What's the problem? Okay. Now if you do pk dot and execute, see, the method is getting printed. So that's interface in Java, where once again I'm saying interface where you can define the structure of the method. You can in fact you can like give the parameter list, all these things, but it will not be defined. The body of the method you can define where you implementing the interface. Okay, then what is our next topic for today? Okay, array revisited and loop and variable argument. Okay, let me write down another program for this. Oh, we can use this old class. Plus value. So let's create a method void test. It has to be method so let me define some array first. Int a is equal to new int 5. Let me write down very small program. So what I'm doing here, where is the problem? Oh, see, what is the problem? Can anybody say me? So the problem is this is a primitive data type. In primitive, in primitive I cannot make this class, this object concept I cannot use. Okay, so but what we can do, got this one. Let's print this number of args. We will print the length, and then let's print the contents, and there we will utilize the variable length argument. What is the problem here? So I just took it as a same thing like this below. I took it as a primitive integer. We have to take it as an array, and in array you can utilize these things. Okay. Now the next thing what I want to say, show you the variable length argument. So Java has a recursive way to use. What you can do easily, I'll show you the code. It's really easy. What I'm doing. Sorry. Let me take it. Once again, so you have this first value which is going here. No. So what you can do here, call it, this worked out here. So let it be static. Then if I do for x, I want to run through them. Yep. So it's not working as because that method was not like static. What is the problem now? Here it is having. This is the method. This getting compiled in this getting compiled in this this getting compiled in this, and this is the one. So where is the problem? Send to insert to complete the class body. Okay. I'm getting it opened. Then let me close it here. Close it this. Yeah, now it's good. Now let me call this method. So what I'm doing, I created two arrays. One is this array. It will create an array of 10 integers which can hold 10 integers, and this is an array where I'm initializing the values of this array. That is also an integer array, and this is called variable length argument or varargs. So what they do, this will automatically loop through all the values what you have your right. One by one it will come. So this is an integer array, right? When you calling this method and passing this array, one by one values are coming into this array. Actually it has all the values this in the v. Then how it happens here, first when it run through the first integer x will have like v0, where if you passing b, then it's like 12. Then v1 34 121, the 12 it will go through, and then each of the values of this x actually, which is the values of v, will be getting printed. Let me run this program. See, so the first one is a 10, this array where every value got initialized as 0, and next one has 4 contents where the values got printed. Okay, and then we have one more thing for today, that is a final keyword. So final is like static in Java. Final, final means constant. Final means constant. So final keyword normally we write down in capital. So let's say like you write down a program where you have to track the status of this file is getting opened or opening or not, and every time if the status code is 1, that means it's good. You have to open multiple files. So in that case you can declare this variable as a constant, and as because we are declaring it constant, and we are declaring as because it's constant, you have to declare in class scope. You cannot declare it without any method or something, then everyone cannot access, and nobody can change this variable. So that's why it should be static. And yeah, what is the problem now? Syntax error on token final float expected. Okay, why this problem is happening? Static. So here, oh okay, I didn't give the data type, as I was saying. So final is the constant in Java, and it, as per the naming convention, they declare these variables in capital, and as because it has the scope for any method or any members in this class, so that's why it's getting declared as static. And as because it's declared as static, and it's every time it's just getting allotted space. Every time whenever creating object, it's not allocating a new space for this constant variables, these final variables. Yeah, so that's all for today. I will upload my code into GitHub.